Blackbeard already has a mythical Zoan fruit that grants him the power of a god. And he has had this fruit since before he even joined the Whitebeard Pirates as a child. What's going on, guys? Blackbeard, third devil fruit. This has been going on for fucking years now. Ever since Marineford, people have been talking about Blackbeard's potential third devil fruit. And there are countless ways I could see this happening. Luffy and Blackbeard mirror one another as characters in multiple ways. This isn't going to be a character analysis, and you can check out this video from Mr. Morge. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to see what I mean by Luffy and Blackbeard mirroring one another. It's a massive aspect of Blackbeard's character, and he serves as the flip side of the coin. That is to say, Luffy and Blackbeard are two sides of the same coin. They are incredibly similar, yet wildly different. This mythical Zoan god fruit I think Blackbeard already possesses is gonna be the biggest example yet when it comes to how Oda has been playing around with these two characters. What this third devil fruit actually is and what abilities it's given to Blackbeard are things I'm not too certain on at the moment, because there are countless valid possibilities. People have suggested Blackbeard has a Cerberus fruit, the three-headed dog. Some others have suggested an octopus fruit. I think whatever the fruit is, it's gonna be a god that is completely exclusive to the One Piece universe, much like Nika. What the fruit actually is does not matter for this video as much as why it is. Why do I think Blackbeard has had a third hidden mythical Zoan fruit this entire time? Well, let's dive right into it. Firstly, Blackbeard's countless abnormalities. He's a Logia user, but his body is tangible. Doesn't make sense. Every single other Logia user we've seen in the story has an elemental, intangible body. It seems like Blackbeard doesn't or physically cannot sleep. He also seems to be very inconsistent, like mentally speaking, which has led people to believe he has multiple personalities. When we first meet Blackbeard, he's pretty grumpy, talking about how much he hates the rum being served in the bar at Jaya. But the next time we see him, a couple of chapters later, and like a few minutes later in terms of the time within the story, he's happy and he seems to love the rum. There's also the infamous "it's them" line from Luffy and Zoro to Nami about Blackbeard, which has been heavily debated for years. It's definitely possible that Luffy and Zoro are just talking about the fact Blackbeard isn't there alone and his crewmates are scattered across the island, but I'd like to believe it's something more. Luffy and Zoro are very good at reading people, and perhaps they noticed something insane going on within Blackbeard. And most importantly, Blackbeard has explicitly consumed and used two devil fruits so far, the Yami Yami no Mi and the Guro Guro no Mi. This is something considered to be impossible in One Piece's universe. On top of all these abnormalities, we have the fact that Shanks is incredibly wary of this man, and he has been incredibly wary of Blackbeard since long before the guy seemed to pose an actual threat. As early as Jaya, we had Shanks trying to contact Whitebeard and let him know that Blackbeard is a force to be reckoned with. He's not somebody you can take lightly, and he is the man behind Shanks' 3 defining scars on his left eye. What actually happened between Shanks and Blackbeard? We really have no clue as it stands right now, but as you can see here, Shanks did not have this scar at Roger's execution. The battle between Shanks and Blackbeard happened after Roger died and the Great Age of Piracy began. Who knows if it was even a battle or like a sneak attack or something. Point is, it's gonna be integral to whatever Blackbeard has been hiding. I believe Shanks discovered that Blackbeard is the user of a mythical Zoan fruit that grants him the power of a god. And this is assuming that Shanks also knows that Luffy's Gomu Gomu no Mi is actually the mythical Zoan fruit sun god Nika. I think both of these have to be the case for it to actually work here. On top of discovering that Blackbeard is the user of this fruit, I think the fruit was very significant during the Void Century, and perhaps it belonged to a man who opposed the Ancient Kingdom and Joy Boy alongside the 20 Kings, or even potentially a third party who worked by himself and served his own interests. Perhaps the reason Joy Boy failed 800 years ago was heavily tied to this mysterious devil fruit user, the god who naturally opposes the sun god. Yeah, I think we're getting a battle of the gods between Luffy and Blackbeard, and this fight will not only be a battle between these two men serving their own interests, but it's going to be a battle carrying centuries of history as these two devil fruits with wills of their own finally oppose once more. Very interesting stuff, and I think Shanks knows a lot of, if not most of this, because The Roger pirates discovered the true history of the world, and yeah, I know Shanks didn't get to Laugh Tale, but it's very possible he just asked Rayleigh or asked someone in the crew and they told him. It doesn't seem like Shanks has any interest in being the Pirate King himself, and it would be very fitting for him to have all this knowledge about the world. And last but definitely not least, we have to acknowledge the rule of 3 when it comes to Blackbeard. His Jolly Roger consists of 3 skulls. He wields 3 pistols. In the post-time skip, he has 3 braids in his hair. I'm sure there are even more examples of the number 3 being important when it comes to Blackbeard, but it's very interesting when you also consider that there are 3 types of devil fruits: Zoan, Paramecia, and Logia. We already know Blackbeard has the Gura Gura, which is a Paramecia. He has the Yami Yami, which is a Logia. Strongest Paramecia, strongest Logia. The third and final missing piece is a Zoan. It's most likely going to be a mythical Zoan if he is going to get a Zoan, because they are the rarest fruits out there and they're the best of the Zoan fruits. And we know that mythical Zoans are different, for lack of a better term, to other Zoan fruits. They grant the user multiple abilities, not just one thing. Kaido can use fire, lightning, wind, and he's a dragon. Whatever Blackbeard is, I am certain it will be used to explain his sleeping problems, his split personality, and even his ability to consume multiple devil fruits. Perhaps it'll even explain why he wanted the Yami Yami so much. Zoan fruits have a will of their own. What if this god fruit has influenced Blackbeard with its own will and told him to chase after the Yami Yami? It's interesting stuff, very interesting stuff, and then when you add in the fact that Blackbeard's ship is named Saber of Xebec, it just gets even more interesting. There's so much going on here, there are so many possibilities here, it's truly endless. I cannot wait to see what Blackbeard does next in the story, because I expect some big stuff from Oda. But yeah, this is a theory I really am sold on. I'm not sure about the specifics, but I can definitely see Oda giving Blackbeard a mythical Zoan fruit that grants the power of a god. And what if Blackbeard in, I think it was 956 or was it 957? In 956, I'm pretty sure it was, Blackbeard says, let's go get it. The government aren't doing anything about it. Let's go get it. What if he's talking about Luffy's devil fruit? And he knows about, like, the eternal, or the battle, the clash between their 2 devil fruits. And he wants to go get it and kill Luffy so that Luffy doesn't pose a threat in the future to him. So what if we get Blackbeard and Wano? I don't know, it's very possible. If you guys have anything to add, please do so in the comment section below. And yeah, that's it for today's video. Bit of a short one, but yeah, please drop a comment letting me know what you want to see as well. What you want to see me make a video on. It can be anything anime and manga. Just tell me, what do you want me to talk about in a video, and I will do it if it's something interesting. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have a fantastic day. Peace.